Peace, peace, peace. This is your international sales and marketing hit, man. Your humble hip hop sales coach, Tiger Toledo, and you already know what it is, man. You rocking with the best. The Notary War Room is back, ladies and gentlemen. It is back. And today we are kicking it off with a very special guest. Some of you guys may have seen her on a previous show, but she has evolved. This is like Notary War Room Reloaded. She has evolved since then. And I'm glad to bring her on because she has a fantastic new program that she's going to be introducing to you guys. For those that are notaries, you guys will understand how important this really is. Let's bring in our guest for a second. Let's see here. And then also, ladies and gentlemen, you can always put in your questions and comments, and we will read your comments live on the show. So please type it in. You can find us on Instagram. We're streaming live on Instagram. We're streaming live on YouTube and a couple of other platforms, LinkedIn as well. Welcome, Dawn Velez. How are you, dear?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I am fantastic. I am fantastic. We got to put on the horns for you. Got to put on the horns. Look, I'm taking off the glasses.
Hey.
I'm taking off the glasses for this one. You know what I mean? Because we're about to talk some of that moolah.
Yes.
Money machine, please.
Hey, you know it. There's no other way. You know it. That's right.
One of the beautiful things is I personally know you, but for those that aren't familiar with your work and your workshops that you put around Florida and actually nationwide because you do virtuals as well, please introduce yourself.
Absolutely. So first of all, thank you so much for having me back. I love being here. I love the platform. It's always an honor to be here. So my name is Dawn Velez. I am the founder of Notary Nation here in Florida, located in Altamont Springs. If you're familiar with the area, I am right by the Altamont Mall. I have been a notary now for 3.5 years, and my specialties are apostilles as well as estate planning documents. I help other notaries to establish themselves in the apostille niche. And I also give classes, trainings. I'll even do one-on-ones with you to help you to be able to add an additional stream of income. But as of late, I am here to discuss my latest venture, which is an addition to what I'm currently doing. As I mentioned before, estate planning documents is one of the things that my company specializes in. Becoming a notary, you kind of have a choice, right? You can focus more on being an LSA or just doing other things that require notary that maybe UPS or the banks can't do, right? Well, that kind of led me into doing initially estate planning documents only. Now, I do have a paralegal on staff, which happens to be my daughter, and she prepares things like the power of attorneys, wills, and things of that nature. And then either I or one of the notaries that I work with will take care of the notarization. So I enjoyed that because it was a high dollar service, right? And then I slowly but surely gravitated towards apostilles, mainly because everybody else was running in the opposite direction of apostilles. And wherever people are running to, that's where I run away from. So I ran toward apostilles, wanted to get that figured out, and now it has become one of my favorite services to offer. So I'm here to explain how you too can be able to offer trust funds as an added service if you are a notary who is doing estate planning documents. A lot of times when you get a will, when people get a will, it's their belief that they have done what's needed in order to protect their family, distribute assets, and etc. When in reality, it doesn't give you the protection that you think. So if you are a person who's been doing wills or any type of estate planning documents in that area, you do understand when you get that phone call from these attorneys, probate attorneys, as the notary, that now you have to go and sign the oath of witness. Well, the reason you have to go and sign, you're called in for that, is because the will is not enough to protect your assets. So you'll be able to educate your clients on the importance and the difference between a will and a trust. So a trust has three different basic layers because, of course, we don't have enough time to go into every detail, but I'll give as much as I can so that you have enough information to want to reach out and contact me. So basically, there is the settlor. The settlor is the person who decided that they were going to set up a trust. Then you have, of course, the trustee. So the trustee is the person who is in charge of the trust, in charge of making sure that your wishes in the trust are carried out. Then you also have the beneficiary. Now, everyone's familiar with the term beneficiary. You know what a beneficiary is. That is the person who is going to benefit, person or persons who's going to benefit from the trust. Now, if you only have a will, person only has a will, what will happen in the event of their demise is that the state is going to come in, the state is going to liquidate assets, bills, and any type of a debt. Some of that stuff I'm not even sure that was owed, but anything that you have outstanding, instead of that money being immediately released to the family, which is, of course, what people want. Why else would they take the time and pay the money to have a will drawn up? It's because they want certain things to happen that will not happen the way they want it to. So once the government has taken what they want to take from said assets, the family gets what's left over. So that's one way that you're not protected. Another way that a person would not be protected is if their will is contested. I just did one, and I have another one that I have to go to court for because the siblings are fighting. People always say, "Oh no, so and so is not going to do that. I know them. They would never." People act very different when people die. Greed just, I don't know, it's just some monster that just rises up and divides families, and have people sitting in my office crying because of how their family member is doing them over property or assets, finances, and etc. So the trust protects the family from having to go and have to deal with that. So if you are a notary, you're already trusted in the community. You probably have people that you have done wills for or will do wills for. For you to be able to offer them a trust fund would also help to protect what they're trying to protect. So it's very important that you learn. It's not difficult, just like apostilles are not difficult. There's just a lot to it. And so I am on August the 25th. I will be hosting a free webinar for you to bring your questions to and to attend so that you can get more information on how this can benefit your current business, or it can be something that you establish on the side if you're not a notary, because naturally, just like apostilles, you don't have to be a notary to do this. So you also don't have to be an attorney to do it. And I think that that is the most important piece there. This particular platform that you would have access to allows certain dynamic things for you to be able to offer this service and make a very, very hefty commission.
That's fantastic, Dawn. So how does this differ from, because I've heard that there are other trust programs out there. How does your program differ from the other trust programs that are out there?
That is a great question. So, with my particular program, the one thing that I want to say is that we offer tiers. When you go with a lot of these other programs, I've seen some that are close to six figures. I've seen some that are, five, 10, $15,000 to set up. With us, you have the opportunity to offer discounts, even as low as $600 for, say, if you wanted to do it for a family member, you could set up a trust for them as low as $600. Now, another thing too is that ours is all digital. So this allows for the customer who purchased the trust to be able to just log in, make different things, make changes. What I mean by different things is, let's say you had a stipulation in your trust where your son has to be married before he can inherit the $5 million, right? And then he happens to get married early and you weren't expecting that. Well, now you can go in and you can create a different stipulation. And this is just an example, right? And it's all done with the click of a button. So you have the benefit of being in the comfort of your own home. You have the benefit of your private password and login details, so you can log in and take care of it without the cost of an expensive legal attorney for estate planning.
Interesting. So for notaries, right? Because I know a lot of notaries are going to be very interested in this. What is the earning power for trust packages versus specialty notary work, apostille? Well, I know apostille is up there, so you can make a very nice earnings with apostille. But what's the earning power for trust packages?
That's a great question as well. Before I get into that, I want to point something out that I just saw online. A person asked a question, if I'm being offered $75 per loan signing, why would I complain about that when all I have to do is 4 loan signings a day, every day for 1 year? And that would give me $100,000. Well, that's all well and good in a perfect world. However, it is extremely unrealistic. No one is doing 4 loan signings a day, every day for 365 days. It's not happening. In comparison with something such as loan signing, they're not even in the same hemisphere. Okay. And I don't deal, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but if you know me, you know that I'm a very direct person. If you can't handle that, that's fine. But I am in business to make profits.
Yes.
I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to win a popularity contest, be TikTok famous, none of that. The reason that Notary Nation is established is so that I can make money as a business and leave a legacy for my family. So wherever the money is, that's where I'm going. Okay? So, and yes, the $75 fee, Gina, it is very disrespectful. And they even will go as low as $20. I've seen that numerous times.
$20.
I've posted it on my Instagram page, $20. So,
oh my God.
So because I'm here to make money, I go where it's going to benefit my business. And I only go where it's going to benefit my business, as I feel that everyone should. Now, the earning potential for just one trust fund far exceeds just one apostille. So
Really?
yes, sir. Even if you gave, because as I mentioned, there are tiers to the trust funds, and you would decide what type of discount code you would like to offer your client. But the top tier would yield you somewhere between $1,100 and $1,200 in commission.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's off of just one. Now, if you're smart, and I know you are, you're going to go back and you're going to contact in your CRM, you're going to go through every single will and every single estate, anything that you have done, and you're going to reach out to those clients and you're going to begin to offer the trust fund. You're going to
Interesting. So you're saying that we already have a base of people that are ready to take that next step and purchase trust funds?
if you have ever done wills as a notary,
Mm-hmm.
from the beginning of time that you started doing them up until now, that is your base.
Wow. You heard that, ladies and gentlemen? You already have clients ready to buy this stuff. I agree with you 100%, Dawn, because there is a natural progression with certain documents, right? People that are usually getting the power of attorneys, there is a progression to get that, and depending on how much money they have in assets and stuff like that, they naturally progress up to the trust package. I can remember that old not too long ago with Aretha Franklin didn't have a trust package.
Yeah.
And you remember how much hell her family went through?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, they just if not this year or late last year, cleared everything up.
That's
it
right.
took them forever.
Yeah. Yeah. It is the most, you don't even have a chance to mourn because the state has their hands all up and through everything, and they are going to go all up and through. And it's really sad because it's like, why are you trying to collect money from a person who's no longer here? But, we live in America, so it is what it is. But as a business owner, if you want to increase your revenue, then I highly suggest that if you're doing estate planning documents, that you do reach out, go back to those people that you have already done business with. They already know you. You would want to set up a little template and get to going and letting them know that now you can offer this. Now, in order to have access to this platform, of course, it's not free. You would have to pay to be a part of the company and have access to be able to offer your own personal link. We also give you videos that you can send out to people to educate them because, of course, some people may not be ready to purchase right away. They may know that they need it and just want to think about it. You may have some that didn't understand that a will is not the end all to be all. It really doesn't hold any weight whatsoever, actually. And you may have those that are jump right in. This is what they've been looking for, especially since they've already started establishing estate documents anyway. Okay. So in order to have access to the platform, to be able to send your link for people to go ahead and purchase the trust fund, it is $50 a month. $50 a month. Your highest commission is between $1,100 and $1,200, and it goes down from there. So your ROI is there. It's there. Okay. But like any business, if you're not working it, it's not going to work. So if you pay the $50, you become a part of it, and you don't start to first reach out to your past contacts and then begin to market your services, then don't even pay the $50 if you're not ready to hustle. That's all I can say.
Ladies and gentlemen, you also see the banner that's appearing at the bottom of your screen there. So if you're watching it on a television, scan that QR code. It'll take you to the landing page where you can register for the free live webinar that Dawn is putting together for Trust Fund Mastery. So you do not have to be a notary to attend this. You may be a client that's looking to get a trust fund created. I know right now my mother-in-law is looking into getting a trust done because they have property and all that other stuff. And the lawyer's talking about $4,000 easy.
Easy.
I mean, just starting easy, $4,000.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? The attorneys will charge you more. If you're a person who has, let's say you have multiple properties, um, multiple assets, different things that they can, securities and different investments, things of that nature. When they start finding out how much it is that you're trying to protect, they start to raise the price. And that is not uncommon.
Yeah.
Whereas your mother-in-law, for an example, if you didn't want to make any commission from her, then that would be an option. You do have a tier that you could offer her to where she's just only paying the trust amount only. So there's a lot to learn on Sunday. It is going to be just for 1 hour. So I highly suggest that you grab a pen, because I'm also going to tell you how to contact me direct with any questions that you have regarding this upcoming um, mastery. So the information will go deeper into the 5 different types of trusts, what are some of the most common trusts, and how it will benefit your business. And I think the how it will benefit your business is the most important piece. People complain online about having drought seasons and, oh my God, it's so slow, I had to go get a job, and different things of that nature. And that's fine. If you have to go get a job, there's no shame in that. I mean, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat if that's what needed to happen for my family.
Indeed.
And so if you have to do that, that's fine. However, in order to help you avoid that, or help you add to that, you should pick up different things that can help your business to grow and help you to increase your revenue for the year.
That is such a valid point, Dawn. And I think a lot of times the notary industry is presented in a way where most notaries do not look at this as a practice or a firm, right? And the reason why I say that is when notaries get into the game, a lot of notaries will say, all right, look, I'm going to sign for all these signing agencies, and then I'm going to have the work just get shelled out to me. And that there's nothing wrong with that. Get your money, boo-boo, right? So, but if you start to approach this business as, hey, look, I am just like a law firm. I am just like a practice. I'm going to start adding elements to my business that will benefit my clients in a tremendous way. For instance, you and I both know about providing power of attorney documents for our clients. That is a huge service for people. Now, imagine you're now offering trust packages for your clients for that natural transition. That's a huge plus, because now they're looking at you like, they're more than just a notary to me. They're not just going to come and stamp a piece of paper and leave. I can go to them and find out, hey, what is the best course of action to get a trust package? What is the best course of action for a power of attorney? What kind of power of attorney should I get? You're not a law firm, but you can make recommendations. You make recommendations every time you go to a restaurant and you enjoyed the meal. Are you a chef? Is your name Dave Ramsey? Huh? Are you Emerald? No, but you recommend a good restaurant to eat, right? Same thing with a movie. You'll say, this movie was great, you should go see it. When did you become Siskel and Ebert? Are you a movie critic? Do you go to Cannes to view movies and talk about it and write blogs about it? No. So your opinion does matter. And because you are a trusted advisor, offering something like this for a trust, when you see that somebody has gotten a power of attorney and like they have some property, or maybe they got a transfer of death instrument, there's so many ways. Dawn, I want you to talk about some of these documents that pop up that is a clear indication that these people will need a trust.
The primary thing that pops up is the fact that you would have to go to court. So when you don't have a trust and you just have a will, that's fine. You can have a will, but the will be added into the trust. So that way, whatever it is that the person wants to happen in the event of their demise, the trust ensures that that happens. That no judge anywhere overrides whatever is in the trust. Now, trust fund babies is something that we have all heard of. People think that you have to be rich in order to have a trust fund. And that's not the case at all. If you have life insurance policies, if you have a car, a home, these are things that need to be protected. So, documents, the primary thing that you run into is people only having a will and thinking that that's enough. And then when it comes down to it, the family can't access their bank accounts to pay the bills. The attorneys are salivating. You know, they're trying to get a hold to every single dime that they can. And as a notary, just a little sidebar here, if you have to go to court, if you have to go to probate on behalf of a document that you notarized, you need to have a fee in place for that. That's a service that has nothing to do with you, that you are taking your time out, and time is the most precious commodity that any of us have. You would want to make sure that you have something in place for you to have to go out and take care of this business, because nothing can move forward, just the same as a notarization. Nothing can move forward without you going and taking the oath of witness. So you will literally you'll have to show your ID, you'll have to raise your right hand and be sworn in. Sometimes it's as simple as you just walking up to the window and raising your right hand and doing the oath, and then you can go on about your life. Other times you have long waiting periods. The courts are busy, the clerks are busy, they don't have time to just come and help you. So that could be lengthy, an hour, 2 hours sometimes. It could be a travel distance. You could live in one county, but what's happening is going on 4 counties over. So now you've got to drive 3 hours to get there. There are just all kinds of things to consider and all sorts of possibilities when it comes to just letting your client stay with just a will. So come and join me on Sunday and get the information needed that's going to empower you to be able to then empower your client.
That's fantastic, Dawn. Any last words?
Yes, I also have an apostille class that is coming up. If you are not following my Instagram, please reach out. It is at One Notary Nation on Instagram, and the link in my bio will allow you to get in on the early bird special. And then, of course, this Sunday, August the 25th, we are going to rock and roll. It is free, so you can feel free to just reach out to me, drop your email address, and I'll make sure that you have access to get in. Or you can go ahead and tap your screen, long press that QR code, and it'll take you to the link, or scan it and join us. You'll be happy that you did, and so will your business.
Yeah, so let's go into some quick comments. We had some comments.
Okay.
For people that said some things. Okay, so we had Fingerprinting Guru said, I've been fired. Those signing services is definitely not a good business model, being on client time versus assigning them to your availability. That is so true. So what would you say about that, Dawn?
Hello, fingerprinting gurus. And I agree with you 100%. Not only are you on their time, but you're also on their pay schedule. So imagine, right? Imagine I need a service. I need an electrician to come by and take care of some things in my home. And I call them up and I say, this is what I'm going to pay you to do this job. Versus how much do you charge for your service? I don't hate the player, right? The signing services. I don't, okay? Because they have been able to convince people that are business owners that I get to tell you what your worth is. I get to tell you what your time is, your wear and tear on your car, your mileage, your supplies that you use. You also will need to do a scan back and go back out again to make a drop for me so that I can make thousands of dollars. But here's your $75. Thank you for your help. A lot of people say, oh, well, take whatever you can get. And you know what? To those people, I say you can get a lot more if you learn to respect what you're doing.
Bars. Wow. Yeah, I'm with you on that. You can't hate the players, man. They will only run game on you if you allow them to. You know what I mean? What's funny is that there are people that's when I first got into the notary business, Dawn, they would all tell me that law firms, title companies, all of them pay in 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks you have to wait to get paid. And I said to myself, Walmart doesn't even have you wait 4 to 6 weeks for your check. Why the hell would I put in that work and wait 4 to 6 weeks for these guys? That didn't make any sense to me.
I'm with you.
You said something earlier. You said wherever the masses are going, you go the opposite way.
Yes, sir. Always. Always.
I suggest to you guys, she's offering this incredible free webinar on trust package. The name of the game is to make yourself so valuable that the price doesn't even matter, man. I'll give you a quick story. I am coaching a lady right now. Her job is she grows church congregations, right? So I'm mentoring her and I'm coaching her up on things, right? And she has this thing in her head that says the churches cannot afford to pay her fee. And I said, how do you know this? She said, well, because they don't buy my services. I was like, that's not the reason. Right. Do you know if this person could go on Credit Karma today and apply for a loan and get $15,000 instantly into their account? Do you know if they have a credit union that they've been with for 15 years that they could just apply for it and get $50,000? Do you know if they could do that or not? She was like, no. So you have to stop counting people's pockets like that. You don't know what they can afford. You might not like Michael Kors and Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and they have a closet full of them. A lot of you notaries out there are doing the same thing. You're looking at what Dawn is saying and saying, nobody's going to spend $1,000, $2,000 for a trust package, and they're doing it every single day. Every day. If not more, a lot more.
Easily. It's funny because I've had a girl like flat out tell me when she asked me how much I charged for apostilles, how much is one? Mm-hmm. And I told her, and she said, nobody's going to pay that. I mean, and she said it with her chest, like, no one's going to pay that. And it was like, girl, what do you mean no one is going to pay that? Go look at my page. They're paying it every day, every week for multiples. So I think the problem is that people can't see past their own perspective. If it's something that they won't do, then they think that no one else will do it. And in business, if you have that mindset, you might want to work on changing that.
Yes.
Something that you won't do, something that you don't like, it has nothing to do with the consumer. It has nothing. And so you've got to have the right posture. I had another young lady that said, well, I offered the price. I did what you told me, and I just can't seem to get anyone to get an apostille. Well, you're doing something wrong. It's not, everything is in presentation. And whether you like it or not, business is sales. And if you are not skilled in sales, you may want to start there, because that will then help to propel you where you need to go. It is all about your mindset.
100%. 100%. Gina says, this was very informative. See you on Sunday. Thank you, Gina. She is going to be on the webinar, the free live webinar. Fingerprinting Guru said, I just had a conversation with a known YouTuber on here saying he did a POA for $50 for a signing service. He wants to spice it up and being next door. I was like, what the you know what's funny is that it's not the companies, these signing services loan, it's your fellow notary that is cutting your throat. Facts. They don't have one shank, they got two.
Right.
They're putting one in your foot and then the other one on your side.
Yes.
They're cutting your throat because when you're giving out your price of, $200, $300 for a power of attorney, that same client say, you know what? Okay, let me just call around. They just want to shop around. And then it'll be another notary that says, I'll do it for you for $35. Now, it puts the notary and the client in the position to be like, why is this person so much higher versus this person? If you do your job correctly, as Dawn said, if you learn the art of sales, you will make that cheap notary look like Oscar the Grouch. Trash.
Facts.
I do not want to go. There's no way you can compete with this person because your service is so subpar compared. I'd rather spend $200, $300 with them. At least I know I get this guarantee versus $35. I don't even know if your stamp is valid at this point.
Right. Right. You're right.
It may be fake.
Right. Now, I've had that happen to me a couple of times regarding apostilles. The latest one, it was after hours or about to be after hours. And he, called, he wanted his quote. We went over everything. He called me back to cancel and said that he found someone in 2 cities over that he was going to go to them. And I said, okay, cool. Good luck. Well, he said that as he was driving to that location, he made a U-turn and came back to me. He said because there was such a major difference in the pricing that he felt like they were going to be doing something wrong.
Wow.
Happens a lot.
Boy, oh boy. I tell you, if this show doesn't make you more money, I don't know what show is it. Look, we're not just highlighting people that made a shitload of money in this industry. We're giving you actionable tips, strategies, free webinars to go to make more money. That's the difference between them and the notary war room.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Not me.
That is
you really having fun. Hey, thank you for everybody that's commenting on here. Keep the comments coming. We're doing a rapid fire. We're going over your comments. We're chopping it up. We're all family here. Fingerprinting Guru said, I get $150 to $200 easy for power of attorneys in my area. Clients will pay based off your marketing and presentation. That's right. You can put lipstick on a pig and somebody will kiss that pig. Ask Kermit.
It is. I agree with him 100%. Why are you charging $75 for a POA? What are you doing? You're going into the assisted living facility. You're going into hospice. You're going into cancer ward, COVID ward. You're doing all of this stuff. Do you even have a health fee? Do you know how to charge for that? I think that is the main problem. I think, and I could be wrong, Tiger, help me out, because I feel like everyone just thought, hey, you know what? I'll just be a notary and I'll just sign up with all these signing services and all of my dreams will be fulfilled. not understanding that this is a business. You have to first be a business owner. You have to have a certain posture. If you don't know these things, you need to reach out to Tiger. You need to reach out to some people that have been out here doing this so you can actually learn how to run your business, why you price $150 to $200 for a power of attorney. I don't even charge for my stamp. The $10 that Florida says that we can charge, why am I going to be concerned about a $10 stamp, people? I don't charge. My stamps are free. They're paying for literally everything else.
Lovely. That's a play. If you guys didn't catch that, rewind.
Yeah, rewind.
Downright selector, rewind. Hold up. I got a sound effect just for that. For what you just said.
Dirty engineer boy. Circle it.
I don't think they caught that one. I don't think they caught, because a lot of people said, well, my state say I can only charge $2 for the notary stamp. How are you guys rewind it and listen to what Dawn just said on that part. That is a bar for real. What Gina says, he said, yes, they wonder why you're not respected in the notary profession. Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I also believe that many notaries do not understand the importance and the weight certain documents hold. Because if you knew what you could do with a power of attorney, you would understand that this ain't a person getting an affidavit.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right? This isn't I'm getting my car out the tow. Right. The tow yard. This is not that. That document has so much weight that you could say $400, $500, and not saying all of your clients will do that, but there is a percentage that will spend that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most I've ever made on power of attorney for one client was $770. Today, Dawn, I have power of attorney parties. You have a family. I'm sure if you're married, you have a brother-in-law or sister-in-law. Get them in.
I love it.
You have some in-laws, bring them in too. Mm-hmm. I'm doing a whole smorgasbord of power of attorneys in one sitting.
That's awesome. I love that.
You're walking away with at least a G+.
Right.
Because they're getting it all out the way. Why should your mother-in-law call for me to come back out? Let's just take care of all of this at once. Let's go. Bring everybody. And then what's great is you bring one witness, which could be your cousin, your wife or whatever. Bring one witness to witness everybody's power of attorney.
Hey.
Run it.
Yeah, that's it. Run it. Exactly. I'm going to start doing that.
You have to increase your value in this industry. Otherwise, you look like every other Joe Schmo notary in the game. They won't be able to tell the difference because you guys look the same, sound the same, move the same, smell the same.
I mean, I've had loan signing company or title companies rather tell me, oh, well, I've never paid a notary $200 to do well, you've never called me, because not only are you going to pay what my fee is, but you're also going to pay me upfront, or we can't rock together. Now, I don't run into that a lot. A lot of times they do just respect it and do what they want. But that's one of the reasons I don't even advertise for loan signing. You have to be creative. You are a business owner. You have to keep up with what the big dogs are doing. You have to keep up with the economy, what's happening with the news. We're in an election year. You have to keep up with the Dow. You have to do certain things that will help you to be a better business owner, not just a notary, but a better business owner. And I think the sooner that you make that mind shift into business owner, be on some big boss energy. I love talking about that. Make sure that you are being creative. There is more than one way to earn money in this business. There is more than one way to earn big money in this business. So everybody should be at least, 50, and this is on the low end, 50, 60, 70,000 annually with your notary
Yeah.
business.
And I'll even add to this, part-time.
Right. Exactly.
You should be making that part-time. If you're not making that part-time, you had a low-level coach.
Yes.
I'm gonna just call it for what it is. You had a low-level coach that had you believing that you should be begging title and escrow and signing services for business because you're going to them. They're gonna spoon feed you at very low pricing, and you never learn how to hunt for yourself. Learn how to hunt for yourself. You'll have more than enough to eat. You'll have so much to eat that you can share some of your victuals with other notaries for them to eat as well.
That's right.
But you're looking at this business as it's just a one-man show. Yes, it's a one-man show, but you got to make one-man show money too. Versus an organization, versus a team. It's very difficult to go against a team when you're just a one-man show. That's like you play a baseball player. You play every position. It's just you, and then you're playing against an entire team.
Yeah.
You got to get creamed out there.
I love that.
Shout out to Notary World. She says, hi, everyone. Notary World, I love the picture, the profile picture. Keep looking good. All right. Just like Fingerprinting Guru said, it's marketing and presentation. Believe it or not, if a person looks good, people are more inclined to purchase from that person. If you don't look good, use AI, God damn it. Gina says, these are life-changing documents that we as notaries handle. Yep. Again, the Trust Fund Mastery Masterclass is a free webinar that Dawn is putting together for you guys. You don't have to be a notary to attend. Scan the QR code. The link is also in the description. You can click the link, register for it today. Register for today. Your job as a notary, as a business owner, is to make your company so valuable that people can't imagine their lives without it. Oh, you just got this will done? Have you considered? I mean, like, how easy would the transition be from that, Dawn, for you to, you're already at their house doing a will, and for you to be like, okay, you're all done. Quick question though, have you guys considered getting a trust? Do you know where to get a trust? Well, we can also help you with that. Just drop that. Just drop that seed in their mind. Let it ferment. Let it marinate and just breathe. You know what I mean? And be like, yo, have a great day. You know, if you ever need anything, but let it marinate in their mind. Trust.
Here's one better. Here's one better. Or in addition to,
hit me with it.
In addition to, so when they make the initial call and tell you that they need a will, they need the will notarized, there is your time to go ahead, and this time when you bill them, because I just already know that you guys are all collecting your money up front. I already know that. So at the time, you would go ahead and send out payment for everything. Okay, everything. So that way they are showing up, because you can educate them in that initial phone call. They were calling you for a will because they didn't know that they needed a trust. But now it's your job to let them know, hey, you may want to consider doing this. Here's the reason why. Your will be a part of your trust package. And this is how much you would pay versus going to an attorney and paying 4 or 5, and upwards of money. So definitely it's all in about your positioning. It's all in about your posture. But yeah, you can run all up and through, make some really good money with trust funds.
I love it. I love it. So we are at the top of the hour right now. What would you like to leave with the family here? We chopped it up really good. Thank you everyone for your comments. Notary World, Fingerprinting Gurus, Gina, Lo is in the building. Everybody that has participated, definitely. If you are not offering trust packages in your notary business, do so. Scan the QR code, go to the link in the description, hit that link and register for the free live webinar. It is live. It is not pre-recorded, ladies and gentlemen. So being that it's live, you have your chance to ask questions to Dawn at that moment. There's nothing like a live webinar. Any last words, my dear? I know I said it the first time, but let's run that back.
That's okay. Yeah, please do. Join me. We're going to have a lot of fun, but most importantly, you're going to walk away very, very informed. And I think that that's the most important part, is that you're informed, you understand what it is that it will do for you in your company. So definitely join me again. I also have an upcoming apostille class in September. Starts September 7th, and it is a 3-day class. There's just no possible way to teach apostilles in an hour or two, and anyone who is doing that, you may not want to take their class. And just follow my socials. I am on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. And it's Notary Nation, up and down both. So Instagram is one Notary Nation. So just make sure you follow me, keep up with what's going on, and let's get this money. Let's increase our revenue.
Hold on, Dawn. I was gonna sign off, but I remembered it's my show. I could stay on as long as the hell I feel like it. So nobody's rushing me or you off this show. I wanted to give a shout out to Michelle. She said, "We appreciate the content. New notary here in San Antonio, Texas." Shout out to you, Michelle. Any words would you give to Michelle about being a new notary? I say don't, like Dawn said earlier, if you caught the beginning of the show, if you see the masses of notaries going one direction, run the other direction. What advice would you give a new notary?
I would tell you, don't have too many people in your ear. Don't have too many people that you're tuning into, listening to. It is a recipe for a big pot of confusion, and also cause you to just become stagnant because you're overwhelmed with too many information.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Find one or two people that resonate with you and kind of stick with those two and let them take you as far as they can before you go out and seek additional mentors.
Indeed. Fingerprinting Guru said something super valuable. Said 100% collect before any and every appointment. Now I know there's a lot of notaries that are definitely afraid of doing this. They don't even believe that it's possible, Fingerprinting Gurus. Believe it or not, they don't believe that you could do it because there's a lot of other so-called notary mentors saying that, heck, I was one of them. They told me I had to wait 4 to 6 weeks off the rip. You cannot get money up front. Like, it's unheard of.
Wow.
Said I had a client to balk at this policy and I don't do business with them, mainly customers. Yeah. It's your show. Like, how are people going to dictate to you how to run your business? That's baffling right there.
I tell
how do you feel about getting paid
time,
up front, Dawn?
It's an automatic. You know my policy. I don't look at my keys. I don't even think about my keys until I get that notification that the invoice has been paid. Now you are my client. But ahead of that, absolutely not. It just makes no sense to do that. But I mean, hey, I feel like it's different strokes for different folks. But if you get burned enough, then
Yeah.
you will make that your company policy. And this is what I tell people if they ask me, because I don't even have people ask me that, now. In the beginning, I had more people asking, but now I'm so confident in the way that I do business that I don't, if you cannot abide by the way it is, the policies and the way that I do my company operates, then you are not my client. And that is perfectly okay, whether it be paying up front, whether it be the pricing, go where you can get what you need, because this is the way Notary Nation does business. Well, other notaries do this and that. Well, that's who you should call.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Because I disliked loan signing so much, like I'm cool with the, loan modifications, quick claim deeds and stuff like that. But those loan signings, I couldn't stand them, right? So I said to myself, anytime someone calls for a loan signing, because I don't like them, I'm going to make them pay more than like they're supposed to. I'm literally going to try to push them away from getting it from me. And you know what's funny? There would be some customers that would get it.
Yeah.
I would there's hey, our policy is to pay you 4 to 6 weeks. Well, we don't do that. So you're probably just going to have to seek another notary. Wait a minute. Maybe I could use the corporate card. I bet. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
How often does that happen?
It happens all the time. It happens all the time. But again, like I mentioned earlier, you have to understand the anatomy of a sales call. You have to be able to understand that game and be very well at playing it. If you do not have that as a foundation, you're going to want to start there. Well, I'm afraid of sales. Well, you shouldn't be a business owner. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. Gina says it's okay to turn down business if they don't want to comply or adhere to your company policy. That's true. Too many people strip tease like Demi Moore and drop their drawers just because they feel like they're going to lose a client. It's disgusting. I hate seeing that. I hate seeing where a company will try this tactic and exaggerate the price. You tell them like $200, they'll be like, "Oh my God, $200!" And then the notary immediately goes into discount mode. Immediately. Oh, I'm sorry. Will $75 work? Like, first of all, you didn't justify why you're giving them a discount. Then that's a huge discount. Listen, these people are running game on you. I want to be the first one to tell you. These people are running game on you. You have to look at it this way. If a loan officer is calling you, first of all, this person is closing on probably a few $100,000 refi property.
That's right.
So he's already in shark sales mode. So by the time he talks to you and you're giving him a price of $150, he just got somebody to refi their home for like $250,000. He's looking at, I'm going to negotiate this with ease. They're running game.
Well, if your company is having a special, holiday time is coming, so I'm sure everyone is preparing all of their holiday offers, or at least you should be, then that is the time when I don't get to go into Target and say, you know what, I really, really like this laundry basket, and I think that you should charge this amount for it because Walmart only charges this amount and it's the exact same basket. Do you think that Target gives a crap about what Walmart charges for their basket? They
Not
don't.
one bit.
You're at Target, you're going to go get your Starbucks, you're going to walk through, you're going to have your whole Target experience, and you're going to get the laundry basket that you could go and be hit by baskets, have kids drooling on you, have a whole stressful experience in the parking lot, and deal with Walmart if that's what you want to do. But in the meantime, neither Walmart nor Target are concerned. They are selling their goods at the price that they're selling their goods. If they have a markdown or something is on sale, then great. They have a markdown, something is on sale. And your business should be operating the same way. Don't worry about what Notary Nation is doing. Don't concern yourself with what my business is doing. It's not going to help you. You have to come up with your own strategies, your own sales points, your own everything, and work your company, have your company policy, your pricing, and etc.
As they say, stand on business. Otherwise, these notaries need milk in their life.
They're going to be okay.
Lord have mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, sign up for the Trust Fund Mastery Masterclass webinar. It is a free live webinar. Boost your notary business. You don't have to be a notary to attend. Scan the QR code. Link is in the description. We'll take one more comment here or question here. Comes from Fingerprinting Gurus. You actually inherit bigger problems when you step outside your policy. They will continue the race to the bottom until they get 2 stars on your Google page.
Wow.
The race to the bottom. The race to the bottom is, let's see who could beat who on price. This person does it for $10. I mean, $20. I'm going to do it for $15. That person's doing it for $15. I'm going to do it for $10. That is the race to the bottom. If you start competing on price, it is a surefire way your ass will be out of business very soon.
And in the meantime, you're trying to feed your children. You're going to the grocery store. You spend $100 and you got 4 things in your cart. You have to step up to the plate and boss up.
You know what? And I'll leave with this. Your stamp is nothing more than rubber, ink, and plastic. I'll repeat it. Some of you guys have some really nice stamp. You have a little metal around it. Big fucking deal. The thing that sells the stamp is you. The stamp ain't worth nothing. You could put your stamp on your dresser right now and it will generate you 0 money. You are the driving force of this business. Remember that. You're the one that sets the price for this business, not the stamp. The stamp is just a byproduct. You have apples, or you can make apple pie. You set the pricing, you set the policy, you set your terms, you set the schedule, you set the availabilities. You make your company as valuable as possible. The stamp is just a byproduct. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, sign up for the Trust Fund Mastery. It's August 25th, 2024. You don't have to be a notary there, but all welcome to come. Scan the QR code, description, and the link. The link is in the description. I will see you on the next show. Dawn, thank you so much for coming on the show. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for everybody for participating. And I will see you guys soon. You heard?
Bye.